everyone. We'll speak about a few different things today. Today in the world, we find that that's good. We find that the Jewish families in the world, it's not what it used to be. What does it mean? It's not what it used to be. Back in the days, there were a lot more respect between parents and children, children to parents. Father was a father, mother was a mother. The family had a very beautiful way of going. Everybody knew his place. The kids used to appreciate, kids used to help, to work. Back in the days, life were primitive. People used to walk in the ground, people used to walk with animals. They used to go bring water from the well. It used to be a lot of hard work. The boys used to go to yeshiva to learn Torah, come in the afternoon and go and help their parents to work. And before they went to yeshiva, 5 in the morning, they used to go and work 2-3 hours, then go to the yeshiva all day and come back to work. That's how it was. Everyone has a job. The boy has a job, the girls were cooking and raising the children and taking care of the sheep or the chickens or everything else. But because of that, everyone felt that the family is on his shoulders. The boys, the girls. And when they used to come to the time to get married, they are very experienced. You know, the girl is really a woman and the boy is really a man. He can be independent. He came to America, we went to Israel, we went to Europe, to all these places when the life is too spoiled and everything is very materialistic. And we raise the children like prima donnas. Everyone doesn't want to do anything, they just want to get. They don't appreciate anything. Everything is pressing buttons. America, every kid gets a car, this, all these kinds of lifestyle. We thought, Baruch Hashem, now we can give our children what we couldn't give them back in the days. Finally, the Mashiach came. And what happened? We actually destroyed them. And today you see, almost everyone gets divorced. Why they get divorced? Because the wife, she doesn't know what it means to respect the husband. The husband doesn't mean what it means to respect the wife. Everybody comes to the marriage, what are you going to do for me? When it should be the other way around. What can I do for you? But everything turn around. Everybody comes, they're used to the fact that their parents took care of them 20 years. They go like this, yes sir, yes ma'am, everything is ready. Don't talk to him like this, don't talk to her like that. Everyone feels he's a god. And how are you going to make a life here like this? We see how the children talk to their parents. We see what they like. We see their demands. Same thing in school. Nobody respects the teachers anymore. Even in yeshiva, they don't respect the rabbis like they used to be. Back in the day, if the rabbi say a word, for 1 month he's impressed what his rabbi said. Today, nobody respects, almost nobody. There are people that respect, but almost nobody respects. Everything basically became much worse than what it used to be. The problem is, if a person read in the Torah how it used to be, we want to cry. Wow, how life used to be. Look how it is right now. One of the problems is that people don't learn Torah. Most of the Jews in the world don't learn Torah. Most of the Jews in the world don't keep Shabbat. How are you going to have blessing in your family if you don't keep Shabbat? You can never have blessing in a family if you don't keep Shabbat. Never. No matter what a nice person you are, and no matter how nice your wife is, and no matter how much you try with your children, there's never going to be peace and blessing in this house. Why? Because the people go against Hashem. Maybe they don't mean to go against Hashem. Maybe they don't know, but they go against Hashem. They go against God. Thank you. They go against God. Why? Back in the day, if you come to your grandmother and tell her, light fire on Shabbat, so you're crazy. How are you telling me such thing? Go work on Shabbat. Shabbat? Everyone is in the synagogue. Every week it's like a holiday. Now, Shabbat became a weekday to some people. They drive, shopping, vacation, this, going to work. A regular day. Hashem says, Shabbat hi mekor habracha. Shabbat is the source of the blessing in life. If you make money, you can make a lot of money even if you're not Shomer Shabbat. But you'll never ever see blessing in this money. Never. You can make millions, but you're not gonna enjoy the money. You're gonna have problems in the business, problem in a family, problem with the wife, divorce, problem with the children, drug abuse, rehab, tattoos, Goya girlfriend, all kinds of problems. Problems with the brothers, problem with the parents, big problem. Problem with IRS, problem with jail, problem with partner, problem with competition. No one will ever enjoy his money if he makes the money in the different way that Hashem said. Hashem said, don't make money on Shabbat. You want to make money on Shabbat? Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. You pay the price. You don't steal. You steal, no problem. I let you steal. You'll pay the price. You're going to lose double. What do you think? You'll have much bigger problems later on. Same thing, respect your father and mother. You're not going to respect your father and mother. One day you have your children. Whatever you did to your parents, your children will do double bad to you. Everything measure for measure. That's what we see today. You disrespected your parents. Now your children do the same or worse. The parents, they don't treat their children nice. They don't care about them sometimes. They don't give them love. They don't give them attention. It's also possible. One day they die. Hashem takes their soul, the neshama, puts it in a new body. Who is this new body? The baby of their kids. The grandfather becomes the grandson. He comes to the world. Everything the same. You did not respect your kids. Now your parents don't respect you. Everything midah keneged midah. Measure for measure. Nobody runs away from Hashem. What's written in the Torah, you don't have it today, you'll have it tomorrow. You don't have tomorrow, you have it next month. You don't have it next month, you'll have it in 5 years. You don't have it in 5 years, you have it in 30 years. You don't have it in this life, you will have it in the next life. You don't have it in the next life, chas v'shalom, if you go to Gehenom, to hell, over there you pay. You cannot run away. So what do I say? I say, if you begin to learn Torah, you begin to listen to Torah, you begin to listen to Torah, you listen to what the Torah says, then automatically you begin to change. You want to live without Torah, nothing will work out. It's not going to work out. Only way to work is to work with Torah. So far, you have any questions or no about what I say?
All truth.
Anybody has a question so far? I brought you here CDs in English. If you listen in a car, it will make you stronger every day. You begin to listen, yeah.
What if somebody is given the circumstances to be in an environment where they could learn something, where they weren't raised with it, where it's not like...
Most of the Baalei Tshuva in the world, most of the Jews that became religious in the world, most of them, they did not grow up in a religious environment. I did not grow up in Bnei Brak or Yerushalayim. Where did we grow up? We grew up on a beach. Where do you think we grew up? What's Israel? Like Miami, where I grew up. We used to go, schools, beach, surfing, people, friends, sports. That's the life of the Israelis. We grew up like this. There was no Torah when we were kids. But one day we heard the truth and we changed. The people who grew up in Russia, do you think that Israel was anything better than Russia? In Israel, you go to school. In Russia, they don't allow you to learn any religion. It's against the law, back in the days of the communists. But you knew there is a religion. But the Goyim don't let us learn. You knew it. Every Russian Jewish kid, or every Bukharian or Kafkazi, they all know Over here, we are the Jews, we have Torah, we have Jewish holidays, we have circumcision, but we cannot do it. Why? Because the communists control. But in Israel, they did something even worse. We learn Torah, we'll teach you Torah in secular schools. They teach you Torah, but they teach it to you like it's fairy tales, like you read Shakespeare. You understand? They don't tell you it's the book of God, ever. They don't tell you that's a way how to live. They never say there is a punishment. They never say that if you do the wrong thing, you're a wicked person. Never. Everything fine, you can do whatever you want. Not only that, after they finish teaching you about Avraham and Sarah, a minute later they teach you that you came out from the monkey. There was Adam HaKadmon, he used to be like a monkey with hair, with a stick. He used to walk like this with a tail. After 1,000,000 years he became a little bit taller, and another 5,000,000 years he became taller, and the tail fell, and the hair fell, and his long hair became short, and his eyes became blue, and now he's a professor in Harvard. He used to be a monkey, now he's a professor. That's how they teach the kids. What do you think? Same thing they do in some other countries. So when you know there is a religion, but the Goyim don't let you learn, it's a problem. But when you go to school and they tell you, we'll teach you the religion, and they teach you the religion in the opposite way, wrong way, which one is worse? Which one is worse? To be a secular Jew that never heard Torah from his life, he knows it exists, but he doesn't know anything about it, or someone that knows Torah but does whatever he wants and change the Torah, like a Reform Jew. He say you're allowed to drive on Shabbat, you're allowed to marry Goyim, you're allowed to eat whatever you want, you're allowed to marry men with men, you're allowed to do whatever you want. Whatever you want, you're allowed. So what do we have Torah for? So what's not allowed? According to the Reform, there's anything that it's not allowed besides you should not kill? Besides you should not kill, everything by them is allowed. Everything is allowed. You can eat chametz on Pesach, you can drive on Shabbat, you can violate Shabbat, you can violate holidays, you can eat on Yom Kippur, you can play piano with the priest in a church, you marry the Goyim, you do whatever you want. You marry Moshe and Yitzchak together. Everything is allowed. So what do we need Torah for? What do they have Torah for? If they did the Torah the way they want it, that's worse. That's worse than not to have Torah at all. If the kid doesn't grow with any Torah, one day it's easy to teach him Torah, because he doesn't know anything. But if you teach him Reform or conservative, it's much harder to change him, because he all his life thought, I'm religious. I drive to shul on Shabbat. I drive to service on Yom Kippur. I eat matzah, but I also eat bread, no problem. He thinks it's okay. I celebrate Christmas. I have Hanukkah bush. That's how they taught them. Go and take an American kid like that, teenager, and teach him that all his life is a lie. It's not so simple. So you understand, if a kid doesn't have any religion, one day you tell him, listen, the way you grew up, it's not the right way. There is a book, God gave it to us, with the Jewish nation. He gave it to us. He gave us instructions. This is the history of our nation. And this is what the Torah say. If you listen to Hashem, you're going to get the afterlife in a very good place. You don't listen, you're going to go to a very bad place. Do you want to save your soul, or you want to continue to live in a lie? So some people get curious. They say, what do you mean I live in a lie? I'm not a bad person. I don't do any bad things. I don't steal. I don't do bad things. Maybe I'm not religious like you, but I don't think I'm going to go to a bad place because I'm not a bad person. That's how most Jews think. But they're very wrong. Because even if you're the nicest person in the world, if you don't keep Shabbat, you have no share to the world to come. Like 100% like a Goy. The Goyim, they have heaven. A Jew that doesn't keep Shabbat doesn't have heaven ever. Doesn't go to heaven. The Goyim, Ahmed, Chris, whatever, if they, Goyim, keep the 7 laws of Noah, they keep the 7 laws of the Torah for the Goyim, they have heaven when they die. They're righteous Gentiles. And the Jews, if they don't keep Shabbat, if they do all kinds of other bad sins, they lose their share to the world to come. So what do you see? Some goyim go to heaven, some Jews do not go to heaven. You understand? So therefore, if you're a nice person, it's not going to help you a lot. Of course, it's better than to be a bad person and hit people and steal from them. Then it makes your situation worse. But even if you're a very nice person, if you don't live with your wife with mikveh, she doesn't go to mikveh, and you together with her without taharat mishpacha, you don't break up when she's nida, you don't wait until she goes to the mikveh, that's the worst sin in the Torah, the worst. If a person live like that, he has no share to the world to come. The Torah say, God say, I cut the soul of the woman and the soul of the man completely from my next world. They cannot go in. If they don't keep Shabbat, they can't go in. If they eat Chametz and Pesach, they cannot go in. If they eat on Yom Kippur, they cannot go in. If they make all kinds of forbidden relationship forbidden against the Torah, they have a very big serious problem. Not every sin a person loses share to the world to come. No. Person ate not kosher. It's bad. It's a sin. But he doesn't lose his share to the world to come. Even if he ate chazir. If a person ate pork, it's a very big sin. But a year later he said, Hashem, forgive me, I'm not going to do it again. Finished. Done. But if a person dies not Shomer Shabbat, his soul gets cut. If a person is idol worshipper, is worshipping idol, believe in JC, believe in Christianity, things like that, then he is Oved Avodah Zarah, Nichreta Nefesh Ha'itz, also karet. So we have a list of 36 crimes in the Torah against Hashem that if a Jew doesn't keep it, if a Jew violates those rules, 36 times in the Torah Hashem say, I cut that soul out. So sometimes you have a nice woman, she's traditional, you know, she eats kosher, she loves sometimes to listen to lectures, she's nice, she's a good wife, she's a good mother, she gives her life for her children, but she doesn't keep Shabbat, she dresses very not modest on the street, she doesn't keep Yom Kippur, they turn electric Yom Kippur, she has a very big problem, she cannot go to the next world. Only to very bad place, which I don't want to tell you what's happening there. I don't even want to tell you. But you don't need to know. You just know that it's very, very bad. Very, very bad. But why to go there? Why? If you can change and do what Hashem said, and He's going to pay you a very big price for it. You're going to get the best price that you can imagine. Why to go against Hashem? I always tell people, forget about the punishment. Even if there's no punishment. Let's say there's no punishment. Hashem give you oxygen to breathe? Yeah. He gave you a wife? Yes. He gave you children? Yes. He gave you a house to live in? Yes. He give you food every day? Yes. He gave you a car? Yes. He give you health every second? Yes. You make money, you buy things, you buy watches, you buy jewelry, sometimes you go away, you relax. You have everything you want. Most Jews in the world, they have everything they want. Almost everybody. Man, not everyone is a millionaire, but they have what they need. So, you have all this from Hashem. What are you doing for Hashem? That's the question that the Jew has to ask himself. Hashem is giving me everything I have. Everything He gives me, I take from Him and use it against Him. He gives me oxygen, I breathe. What do? You hear the beeping? Maybe something with the car? So everything Hashem gives me, what do? I use it against Him.
Your car.
My car? Why? It's blocking?
Yes. How do you know? He's the one that parked next to the other van.
Here you go.
No, it stopped though.
It stopped?
Yeah.
No, the van's my dad's car.
No.
Okay, so just check, just double check. I think I park okay. I park inside the parking. Okay, so what I'm saying is, Hashem gives you water. You drink, you become strong. 2 minutes later, you go do something against Him. He gives you oxygen. You breathe, you become healthy, you do things against Him. He gives you hands, you make sins. He gives you legs, you go to places you're not supposed to go. He gives you a car, you drive to places you're not supposed to go. You drive on Shabbat. You drive on holiday. Why Hashem give you all this? To go against Him? Or to use it to be tzaddik, to be religious, to do what Hashem say? Most people don't think. If one time Hashem would speak to them 1 minute, and say, my son, my daughter, aren't you embarrassed for me? Look how much I'm doing for you. Look how much I've done for you. And what are you doing for me? You don't care about me. You put your kids in public school. You don't care they're going to grow with no Jewish education. You don't care one day they marry different nations and their children will not be Jewish. You don't care. What are you doing? But Hashem, it's very expensive. What? I put him for free in public school. Yeshiva, I have to pay $600-700 a boy. It's too much. But who gives you the money anyway? I give you the money for it. You don't trust me. I give money to the Indian who bow down to their cow. I give money to the Arab terrorist murderers. He gave bin Laden millions, yeah. He gave Arafat millions, Gaddafi, they all had millions, no? Hashem gives money to everyone. He won't give it to a Jewish person that keeps Shabbat and put his kids in yeshiva. Hashem tests you. Sometimes He doesn't give you everything you want. Half. You don't have, you're nervous. He wants to see you trust Him or you worry. In the Torah, every day man came from the sky, from heaven. Man is falling. Hashem said to the Jews, don't keep for tomorrow. Don't open an IRA. Don't do saving for the future. Eat everything today. Trust me, tomorrow you get full amount. You don't want to trust me. Let's see what's going to happen. People kept for tomorrow. Not everyone ate. Tomorrow it became all worms. Why did the Torah bring this story? Why the Torah told us that story? To show you there are two kinds of people. There are people who always save. They're afraid to eat because they want to save. Why you save so much, Moshe? Why? One day the kids will grow up. I'm going to help them out. I'll buy them a house. I'll buy them a business. One day. First of all, how do you know you're going to have children? Second, how do you know they're going to live to 20? Many children don't live. The Chaz v'Shalom, they die. How do you know that you're going to need the money to buy them a home? Maybe they marry a multi-millionaire girl and the father will give her a house. Maybe your son will be already rich when he's 20. There's so many maybe. But he's saving. One guy came to me. He said to me, Rabbi, I'm 20-something years old. Maybe 24, 25. He said to me, I have to leave the yeshiva. I said to him, why? I said to him, why? Why I have to leave the yeshiva? He said, I don't have any money. Tomorrow I'm going to go on a date. I have to get married. I'm going to need money. I'm going to need to buy a ring. I'm going to need to buy a car. I'm going to need to rent a place. I have to make $10,000, $20,000 to get ready. I said to him, how do you know you're going to get married? He looked at me. Don't say this. Chas v'shalom, of course I'm going to get married. I trust Hashem. I say, how do you know you're going to have children? You worry one day you're going to have children. You say you worry. How do you know you're going to have children? How do you know you're going to get married? That's one maybe. How do you know, even if you get married, that you're going to have children? That's another maybe. So what his answer was? What? I trust Hashem. Huh? I know it's all up to Hashem. So I trust Him. I know I'm going to get married. I know I'm going to have children. So I say to him, so you trust Hashem to find you a wife. You trust Hashem to give you children, but you don't trust Hashem to feed you. If you trust Hashem, you trust Him in everything. Because what do you think that's more difficult for Hashem than this? If Hashem found you a wife from millions of women, He find you the right one for you. And He gives you the children. The chance that one drop go into the egg and the baby comes out and everything is healthy. And he grow up, make it up to 20, and everything is fine, and is normal, and is smart. What? Hashem makes so many miracles for you. He has problem to make sure that your kids will have where to live one day. The Arabs, they all have homes. The Indians are always home. All the Spanish people have homes. But the Jewish boy that goes to yeshiva and listen and pray to Hashem and keep Shabbat and put tefillin and learn Torah, he won't have a place to live. In Israel, it's the best example in the world. The best example. How many miracles Hashem does to the Jewish people. For instance, the cheapest apartment in Israel to rent now, $1,000 a month. 3,800 shekel. Average, not Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, Ra'anana, Tel Aviv can be 10,000 shekel a month. Talking ordinary, Bat Yam, Chulon, Rishon LeZion maybe. $1,000 a month. Yerushalayim, double. Almost 2,000 for a nice apartment. Apartment like this in Israel, more than $1,000 a month. How much an Israeli worker average salary in Israel? $1,000 a month. 4,000 shekel. That's the average salary. Now you have children, you have to feed the whole family. Everybody has cable, they cannot live without television, right? They need cars or buses, they need money for that, clothes they need. There's a lot of things you need, a little bit health insurance, Kupat Cholim, they pay, tax they pay, whatever. So when the month begins, you make $1,000 a month, your expenses are $2,000 a month. Almost every Israeli is like this. And if you learn in yeshiva, you make $500 a month, and your expenses are more than $2,000 a month, because you have to pay for yeshivot. Even though it's not like in America, but you still have to pay $100 and something per kid. It's not like here, 500, 600, 700 and up. But you still have to give $100, $150 a month, 500 shekel. So an average person who goes to yeshiva and a few kids, he needs more than $2,000 a month. And his salary is $500 a month. He gets from the government $180 a month. So he gets $680, and his expenses are more than $2,000. And everyone in Israel live and live and live and live and somehow makes it. Now one person died without food. 60, 70 years. Everybody. How can it be? 10% of the Israelis are rich. 30, 40% average. They pay their bills okay. And more than 50% are very poor. Very, very poor. If you look at their situation, it's a miracle how they live. Nobody understands how. People ask me, how do people in your yeshiva make it? You pay them $500 a month. That's the salary I pay my guys in Yerushalayim, in yeshiva. Their rent is $1,200, $1,100 in the worst apartment. The worst. No elevator, old buildings. Hard to believe. $1,200 Yerushalayim. The cheapest apartment, $1,200 and up. Cheapest, small, one bedroom. Very expensive, became the most expensive city in the world. How they live, I say, if I knew how they live, I don't have the answer to that. You go and ask them, how do you live? B'chazdei Hashem, with Hashem's help. But give me an idea where the money comes from. I don't know myself. One time this guy gives me, one time this, one time a rich guy wants to learn with me, gives me. With miracles we live. A little bit the wife do babysitter, my daughter, somehow we make it. Sometimes the parents help. Somehow everyone live. Hashem takes care of everyone. What do you worry? If you trust Hashem, you get what you want. You don't need to save, you don't need to kill yourself. Sometimes a person save. And Hashem say, okay, you already saved over $1 million. You don't need money from me. You have enough to live, you have 2 little kids. What do you need more than that? You have $1 million on the side. I'm not going to send you so much money. You have. If you were using the money, you're putting them in yeshivot, you buy them tefillin, you do all kinds of good things with the money, you buy kosher food, I will give you more money. But since you're cheap, you don't want no yeshivot, no kosher food, no Shabbat, no nothing, why should I send you more money? So the fact that a person tried to save, he gets less money from Hashem. If a person live comfortable, whatever he has, he's not worried, doesn't matter, he doesn't have saving or anything like that. If a person does it, Hashem will give him more and more and more. The fact that the people worry, Hashem gives them less. So far, any questions? Yeah.
Sometimes I feel I could be in a rut. I could be doing well for a while. I could be doing well for a while, and then it feels like the things that seem very easy, like to fill in and learning, and it starts getting unusually difficult. How do I go about it?
First of all, life is full of challenges, and the fact that sometimes you have difficulties is perfectly normal. That's the way it should be. That's the way it's by everybody, Jews and non-Jews. Everyone has tests, everyone has challenges. If your life is a picnic, that means something is not right here, God forbid. If everything in your life is easy, chas v'shalom, it's an indication that you don't have a next world. Because someone that has next world must pay for his sins in this world. So if everything is okay and he doesn't have any problems, he's healthy, he's married, he has good kids, he has great business, he has beautiful homes, everybody is good for him, he has workers, they come on time, he's healthy. Where exactly is the challenge in his life? What does the Torah say? The Torah says that those who are wicked, that they're not good, I pay them in this world. Why? Because they don't have a next world. They want to live in this world. They don't believe in the next world. So they don't have a next world. So I have to give them in this world. So he gives them nice cars. He gives them few homes. He gives them whatever they need. But when they die, he gets rid of them. Somebody who has a next world, then Hashem doesn't pay him in this life. He waits for the next world. That's written in the Torah. It's not a speech by a rabbi. That's written in Parashat Vayetchanan, 3 psukim. Those who I love, I keep the reward for later. And those who I want to get rid of them, I pay them now cash. Why? Because I don't give them anything later. So it's written in the Torah clearly. Right? So it's written in the Torah clearly. So this is how it works. It works if you see a person that is not religious. If he has problems in his life, that's a good sign. That's a sign that Hashem didn't give up on him yet. He gives him, wake up, like a father with his son. As long as the father screams at the son, as long as the father sometimes give him a smack, that means he cares about him. The day the father don't talk anymore to his son, he can do whatever he want, I don't care anymore. For me, you don't exist. The police call one day, your son is arrested, don't waste my time. Hang up the phone. Let him die, I don't care. The day that he doesn't care and he doesn't say anything to his son, that means you know he gave up on him. No more patch, no more screaming, no more nothing. Then you know, just take money, go move somewhere, live with your friends, I don't care, don't come here. Take money, go, leave us alone. Don't come to this family anymore. Just go. And don't call us. We don't want to hear from you. There's thousands of families like this. Take money and get out of our face. We don't want to see you. Don't call us. We have problems, don't call here. That's it. Here is your money, just get out of here. Goodbye. That's a very bad sign. Even take money, but don't come here anymore, that's a very big insult. If Hashem take a non-religious Jew and give him, here, take, and just get out of my face, that's very bad. As long as a secular Jew, non-religious, begin to get patches, problems, smack here, accident, police, this, cannot find a wife, problem with the kid, that means Hashem is waiting, wake up. I'm sending you this problem to make you religious, to help you out. You don't want, fine. One day I'll stop with the problem. I'll make you rich. I'll pay you for all your mitzvot, the few mitzvot you kept in your life. I pay you 10, 20 years before you die. Finished. So if you see a person that is not Shomer Shabbat and everything works beautiful for him, he is the most miserable person in the world. The most. Because you know Hashem pay him to get rid of him. If you see a person is not keeping Shabbat and has a lot of problems, that's much better. then you know Hashem's still waiting for him to do tshuva, to make repentance. If Hashem gives him everything in this world, Hashem ירחם. לעבידו. משלם לרשע אל פניו לעבידו. לא האחר לשלם לו, אל פניו אשלם לו לעבידו. I will not delay the reward for the wicked people, for the little that they do good. I pay them right away in this world to get rid of them. So I want to conclude. If you're a nice person, it's not going to help you a lot. Because Hashem would say, you're nice to the world, but you're not nice to me. That's even worse. When you want to be nice, you start with me, then your parents, then everybody else. If you're nice to everyone else, and you're not so nice to your parents, and you spit in my face, you're not a nice person. You did it the opposite. You should first respect me, and appreciate me, and knows that everything you have is thanks to me. And then you appreciate your parents, and you have gratitude, and you help them, and you respect them, and then all the other people. It's also important to respect the people. It's also important to be a good person, of course. But if you're just nice to everyone and you're against Hashem, how is it going to help you? When you come in front of Hashem, Hashem said, but I was so nice to the neighbors. Yeah, it's true. You were nice to Mr. Williams. You were nice to Mr. Jackson. You're nice to Muhammad. You're nice to Itzik. But you're not nice to me. You stole. You didn't keep Shabbat. Your wife walked with no clothes on the street and you don't care. Your children, you put them in public school. They became all horrible behaving the way the kids behave in public school. Now you're telling me that you're a nice person? You murder your children. You ruin your family. Everybody will die and don't have a share to the world to come. And now you're coming to me to tell me that you're a nice person? This is the truth. I know the truth hurts. And I see in some of you on your faces that you know that, and you see the truth, and it hurts, but it's good. If it won't hurt, you're never going to change. You'll never change. You only change when you know you live in a lie, when you know you're going to pay the price. If you don't know that you're going to pay the price, and you don't think that what you do is wrong, you're never going to change. Why should you change? Now you drive on Shabbat. Why should you stop driving on Shabbat? It's much easier that you can drive. What, now to walk in this heat or in the snow? It's better to drive. Of course, it's easier. But Hashem says you're not allowed to make fire on Shabbat. You cannot start the car. Of course, life could be a lot easier. But it's not what Hashem says. Hashem wants you to keep Shabbat. He says in the 7th day I did not create anything. I don't want you to create anything in a 7th day. And that's how I know you belong to my nation. I kept Shabbat, you keep Shabbat. You do what I did, you are my son. You don't want to keep Shabbat, you don't have anything to do with me. That's why it says in Shulchan Aruch, in the Jewish book of law, Mechalel Shabbat arehu kegoy lechol davar. A Jew that is not Shomer Shabbat is 100% a goy. 100%. If you come and say to you, Mr. Moshe, Mr. Cohen, Mr. Levy, do you know that according to the Torah you're 100% a goy? You're going to get very upset. Shame on you. You're calling me a goy? Do you know how many times a day I kiss the mezuzah? Chazak ubaruch. Do you know how many times a day I kiss the mezuzah? I had bar mitzvah. I eat kosher sometimes. I love God. You telling me I'm a goy? The answer is, many of the goyim also love God. Many of the goyim eat kosher. Go to Costco, see how many of them buy glad kosher meat and pay double. Go stand by Costco, buy the glad kosher meat. Half of the customers goyim. One time, one person saw me with kippah, started to talk to me. I said, so I took advantage. I said to him, why are you buying kosher? The other things is half a price. He said, if God told you, the Jewish people, to eat only this, it has to be good. You understand? Smart goy. Why not all the other goyim think like that? That's another question. You understand? So what I'm saying to you is, what a goy understand, why you, the Jewish people, don't understand. One person called me one time in Arizona, I want to open glad kosher meat, half a price. I'll sell for $3 a pound. $3 a pound, even non-kosher meat costs more. How are you going to sell for $3? He said, I'm going to do shchita, I'm going to do everything, and I don't want to make any money. Maybe I make 1/4 per pound profit, maybe. If not, I don't care. I said, so why are you doing all that? He said, all the people here go to eat non-kosher. Kosher costs $10 a pound. They go and buy from the goyim $4 or $5 a pound. They don't care. They eat non-kosher. I'm going to make it so cheap that they don't have a reason to go. That's a kosher Jew. What do you think happened? The competition never gave him, never let him. You kill the business. We sell for 10, you're going to sell for 4? You understand? Instead of be happy that now all Jews would eat kosher, they worry about money. If they trust Hashem, they would say to him, you know what? We don't care to close our business. If all the Jews will eat kosher, Hashem will find us another way to make money. We're not worried. He knows we're happy. But people don't have emunah. They don't have emunah in Hashem. Understand? So the kids, some of you are young here. You have to know one thing. If a person doesn't respect his parents, he can never also respect Hashem. Because that's a sign that he's ungrateful. He's not appreciating. If this is your nature, you don't appreciate, how you will appreciate Hashem? Your parents, you see with your eyes that they feed you. You see that they come 10 o'clock at night from work to bring you food to the table. You see that they pay for your school. You see that they do all kinds of things for you. You see all that. You see all that, right? You see all this, and you still don't appreciate the hands that feed you. Hashem, you don't see. You have to believe. Your mother feed you, you don't appreciate her. Your father give you money 20 years, you don't appreciate. How you will appreciate Hashem? You don't see Hashem give you money. You don't see Hashem help you. Because it's hard. You have to believe. It's written in the Torah that Hashem does for you. But your parents you see and you don't appreciate. So you're going to appreciate Hashem? Why did Hashem make this mitzvah to respect your parents? It's good training how to respect Hashem, the Father in heaven. You understand? You respect your parents, it's easier to respect Hashem. You don't appreciate your parents, but parents also have to appreciate the kids. Some kids are very good. They're good. They're not criminal. In this generation, if you have a kid that likes to learn Torah and doesn't like to go and be in the streets with all the pushtakim, with all the bad kids, and doesn't want to watch bad things on television, he likes to read books, he helps, he takes care of the grass, he takes care of the trees in the backyard. A kid like this, you have to treat him like he's Rabbi Akiva. Why? It's very hard to find kids like this today. He helps with the shopping, he goes to buy, he cleans in the house, he make order. Where you find kids like this today? He's like to learn, he open books, you come to next to his bed, you see 4 or 5 books. You have to thank Hashem a million times that he sent you such a kid. You cannot be tough with him. You cannot be stingy with him. You have to give him incentive. Very good, you're good. We'll give our life for you. But some parents, they take it for granted. What do you mean he's good? He's supposed to be good. What? We're good, and he learned from us to be good. No, no, no. There's a lot of good parents, and their kids used to be good until they went on the street and saw what's happening, and they became bad. Don't take it for granted that your kids are good. If you have a daughter in this generation, and your daughter is very modest, she dressed modest, she's nice, she's not watching bad things, she doesn't want smartphone, she doesn't want all this. Such daughter, she helps cooking for Shabbat, she goes shopping, she does all kinds of things. A girl like this, you have to appreciate. Don't, chas v'shalom, put her down. Some parents are so foolish. Look at you, how you dress. Like my grandmother. So what do you want me to be dressed? Like a prostitute? What exactly you want me to? To go naked? How to believe? Father, instead of killing himself that his girl dressed like this, he said to her, dress more provocative. Why? I want you to be a model. that everyone would look at you in a newspaper. Why? He thinks it's a good thing. It's a show-off. A normal father wants his daughter to be half naked on a newspaper. All the psycho look at his own daughter. Normal father cannot sleep at night if his daughter tells him that she wants to be a mother. He kill himself from the pain. And everything in this world is so foolish. People do not think. They don't use their head anymore. You understand? You know, the world is not in a good condition. Not. Here in America, life is not safe anymore. It's not as bad as other places, but it's not safe anymore. Yesterday or today, somebody went to a church and shot all the black people when they pray in a church. If that's what's going to start in this country, a war between black and white, some Jews think, what is it my business? I'm not going to kill black people. I have nothing against them. I'm a religious Jew. What is it my business? I hope that it won't happen, but if it happens, it's not my problem. No, 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 my friend. It's a very big problem for you. Because when these things begin, the first one who always paid the price in history are the Jews. In the end, both sides will blame the Jews. Black people blame the Jews until today that they are the one who did trading with slaves. What about all the non-Jews who used to own slaves? They don't say a word about it. One kid in Israel, stupid kid, went and threw a torch into a church and burned the church, made a damage to the place. Nobody was there. The place was empty. But he burned the church. Is that a good thing to do? That's very stupid. What are you doing? So he's saying a church is a place of idol worshipping. The Torah says to destroy all the churches. The Torah didn't say for us to go and kill people and burn their churches. No. The Torah says when Mashiach comes, all these bad Avodah Zarah places will be dismissed from the world. Yes. But it didn't say to the Jews, right now when there's no Bet Mikdash, we don't have the power we had back then. He didn't tell us to go and burn churches or mosques. Even though it's against Hashem, the church, well, that's not the right way to do. That's not the right thing. If it burns from a lightning, no, you know Hashem did it. Nobody did it. Hashem did it. Okay, if that's what Hashem wants, what can I do? But if you start with that, what do you think is going to be the next thing? They will start burning also synagogues. Is that a solution? You burn a church, he burn a shul. You burn a church, This is the right way. This is what the Torah says. This violence would lead us to Hashem Yirachem, such a destruction. So one woman wrote to me an email today. She said to me, it's so scary and so sad what this Jewish kid did by burning the church. What the Goyim now saying? They're all saying right now, the non-Jews, that Jews are a violent religion just like the Islam. So I wrote back to her, I said, it's very strange. It's very strange. 2,000 years since Christianity started, they killed many millions of Jews, and the Jews never killed one Christian until today in the name of religion.
That's why he did it?
No, I just answered this woman. I said to her, the Christian killed millions of Jews since Christianity started, Inquisition, Holocaust, all kinds of pogroms, non-stop, getting the property of the Jews, kicking them out from one country to another, torturing them, sending millions of missionaries to move them away from Judaism. Jews never ran after Christians to become Jewish. Jews never raped Christians. Jews never murdered Christians. And Jews never burned churches. Just because one teenager, stupid kid went and did it, that's not the opinion of Judaism to do such things. You always have psychos. What are you going to do? But everyone is in Israel condemn it. In the government, the rabbis, everyone condemn it. It's not like in Islam, when they burn a church, all the Muslims stand and jump. And when they hit September 11, they were standing on the roofs of Manhattan and dancing and giving candy in all the Arab country because 3,000 Americans died. You don't find it by the Jews. You coming to say that the Judaism is a violent religion? Where do you have in other religion an obligation to respect Jews? Where? In Islam, it's said to respect Jews, but nobody does it. Do you know Arabs who respect Jews? 90% of Arabs hate Jews. They admitted in a survey a few months ago for the United Nations. Jews in Arab countries are miserable. They cannot pick up their head. The fact that they're not getting killed is already a miracle. The fact that some of them can own a business is a miracle. Gaddafi took away all the property of the Jews and they ran from Tripoli to Italy. Millions and millions of dollars, each one of them left over there and escaped to Italy, to Rome. And all the property of the Libyan Jews, all left over there. Same thing in Iraq, same thing in Iran. All the Persians that came to America, Khomeini took all their property. I know some of them, they own buildings, hotels, streets. They took away everything from them. There's nothing they can do about it. Do you understand what's going on here? So the idea is to come and say that this is a violent religion is one of the biggest lies. But what do you expect? It's the same lie like they claim that we took the land from the Palestinians when there never been a Palestinian nation in a history. They never had an army. They never have a flag. They never had an anthem. They never have history in Israel. They never had a Palestinian state in Israel. Even before most of the Jews moved to Israel 120 years ago, back to Israel, after years of exile, the Arabs never had a country in Israel. Check the history, 2,000 years. It was all swamps. Few Arabs living here and there, few Jews living here and there, Turks, and later British. And that's what Israel was 2,000 years. There's never been an Arab country, like in Egypt and in Iraq and all the other, on Syria. They had their countries. But in Israel, they never had an Arab state. All of a sudden, when the Jews came back to their land, all of a sudden it became a state that they want Jerusalem. What's all this scam? It's a big scam. This world is very hard to find the truth. Everyone lies, non-stop. I myself, 21 years I speak. There's not one day almost, once in a blue moon I have a quiet day. There's not one day in 21 years that I don't have someone new making up a new lie about me. Sometimes the lies are positive. They say good things about me, which I never did. Most of the time it's negative, making up story. One guy say, he was with me in school, I was his best friend. He never been in my school, this guy. Stop making up lies. One guy say, he used to be this and this. I've never been that. He is from that city. I've never been in that city. He's a multi-millionaire. I barely pay my bills. Everything is lies. He's this, he's that. Who knows what's next? Who knows what's next? You understand? The point is, people make up lies. Non-stop lies. You hear about yourself, sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry. The more famous you become, the more painful it is. Eventually you learn to ignore it, because otherwise you become crazy. When you see people make up lies about you on the internet, and everyone adds oil to the fire and making it even worse, and you wonder where they got this information. I remember one time, before I went to London, they say, he's too strict, he's this, he's just like that rabbi. I don't want to say the name. They are very good friends. They're always together, and not once in my life I saw that rabbi face to face until this moment. I've never been in the same building or room with him ever. Never shook his hand, never saw his face besides seeing it one time on YouTube or on a DVD. Never ever saw him. Never spoke to him on the phone one word. Nothing. Never exchanged any email with him. I know of him, he probably knows of me, and they made up a story that we are best friends and we're together and he supports me and I support him and we have nothing to do with each other. Look how people make up lies. This is the world of lies. You want to live in this lie? Fine, live in a lie, you pay the price. You want to finally be honest? Begin to keep Torah and mitzvot. Modesty, Shabbat, kosher food, learning Torah, tefillin every day, shul, praying. Begin to be a Jew. You don't want to be a Jew, you're going to go to a place that where the Goyim goes, all the idol worshippers. That's where you want to end. You want to be a Jew like I ask you to, I'm going to pay you a very big price for it. You're not doing it for free. You're not working for free here. You're not putting tefillin for free. You're not giving charity for free. Most of the non-religious Jews, they get angry when they see one of their friends or relative gives donation. They get angry. Two brothers in a business. One religious, one is not religious. When the religious guy gives donation, the other one gets angry. Why are you crazy? Why you give so much money to the shul? Why you give money to these religious people? They take advantage on you. You crazy? What is the religious person answering back? What do you mean? Hashem gives me money and he told me give at least 10% from what I give you to tzedakah. You want me to steal from Hashem? No, it's not true. You don't have to. But why you give these people? Let them go to work. What do you care that they sit and learn Torah? That's what they say. Then you open up the Torah. He doesn't know. He never read the Torah. You show him. The Torah said that if you give someone that learn Torah, you become partner with this Torah. You make millions of mitzvot every day. When will I make millions of mitzvot in 47th Street in Manhattan? When? Even if I be here 1,000,000 years, I won't do what this guy does for me in one day. So who does a favor to who? I do a favor to him, or he does a favor to me for the 5 lousy hundreds that I give him every month. I get 1 month of learning Torah thanks to him. Who helps who? If Warren Buffett, the billionaire, the best investor, that's what they say, will come to tell you, I know you have $1 million saving and you make 2% a year profit. Give me the money, I'll invest it for you. You make 40% on your money. So now you're giving him $1 million. Your brother say, why are you giving him money? You're stupid. Why does he need your money? You say, you fool. I'm not giving him money. He's doing me a favor. He took my million, he makes for me 40%. What did I make until now? I wish I had more to give him. Why? The more I give him, the more money I make. This is in this world. You give money to Talmid Yeshiva. Every word of Torah comes from his mouth, non-stop, 12 hours a day, every day, on Shabbat. All month goes to your account. You find a better investment? I always tell people, these CDs, right? CDs, 30 hours of lectures and $1. $1 it costs to make, with the wrap, with the color printing, everything. 30 hours of lecture. 30 hours of lecture, if a person sits and listens to the whole CD, each minute is 1,000 mitzvot. Why? Because a person can say 200 words in a minute. Each word in Hebrew has about 5 letters, average. Some have 7, 8, some have 2, 3. Average 5 letters. So it's 200 words multiplied by 5 letters, 1,000 letters come out of your mouth. Every minute. Each letter is mitzvah of learning Torah from the Torah. The most important mitzvah, learning Torah. So in 1 hour, it's 60,000 mitzvot. In one day in yeshiva, let's say 10 hours, 600,000 mitzvot. If you listen to 30 hours, each hour we say 60,000. Multiply by 30, 1.8 million mitzvot from the Torah that you're not going to do in 500 years if you live for $1. You tell me if you ever found a better investment from Moshe Rabbeinu until today, I'll give you whatever you want. Find me a way to buy now 1.8 million mitzvot. All my life, if I don't learn Torah, how many mitzvot I do? 50,000? All my life. $1, I wrote a $1,000 check, 1,000 CDs. We give it to Jews, they put it in, they begin to listen in a car, everywhere. Bam, boom, people listen. $1,000 gets 1,000 CD. Each CD is 1.8 million mitzvot. Multiply by 1,000, 1.8 billion mitzvot for $1,000 that you're going to buy new shoes tomorrow morning. Shoes from Italy. Rabbi, it's crocodile. $1,000 lousy dollars for shoes, $1,000 for 1.8 billion mitzvot. Do you understand when people do not know Torah, how much they lose? Based on that, I should have had a line of 50,000 people a day. Take money to make CDs. Huh? But how many people give? Single, few people, barely. Why? They don't understand. But there's another reason. The Satan doesn't let. The Satan see a person doesn't keep Shabbat, doesn't keep mitzvot. The Satan is going to let you make so much money. First, become religious. Then when you do what Hashem told you, the Satan will leave you alone because he knows you're doing what Hashem does. So he's not going to go so tight against you. But if a person make all the sins in the Torah, how is Hashem's going to give him such a prize? That for $1 he's going to get 1.8 million mitzvot. How? If a person that is religious all his life doesn't do 1.8 million mitzvot, someone that is not Shomer Shabbat is going to do it? But sometimes, yes. Some people are not Shomer Shabbat and they still buy CDs and give them out. Yeah, I asked them, why do yourself you don't keep Shabbat? Rabbi, understand me. I know it's the truth. Why do you think I give CDs to my friends? Because I want them to be Shomer Shabbat. But what about you? I'm not like them. They can take off Shabbat, but I have a big business. If I close on Shabbat, I'm going to lose a lot of money. They don't care. They don't work anywhere on Shabbat. They don't lose. But that's very stupid. Why? Do you really think you make the money on Shabbat? If you open your business on Shabbat, you can make $1 million a day. Do you really think this money is going to stay by you? You do the opposite of what Hashem told you. Hashem said, don't open your business on Shabbat. Don't sell on Shabbat. Don't break Shabbat. You go against Hashem and you think you're going to succeed? And someone that has a very good business and he makes money on Shabbat, and he closed on Shabbat. So I became religious, no more business on Shabbat. Store is closed. What? You crazy? All the business is on Shabbat. I don't care. I have less money. But I'm not going to be a criminal against God. I'm going to listen to him. I make money, fine. I don't make, no problem. But I'm not going to be a murderer. No. For money, I'm not going to murder. I'm not. Do you think someone like this, Hashem will give him more money or less money? What do you think? So why do you worry?
It might not be with money.
It could be with son. Sometimes Hashem give you a son, one son. Think about the father of Rav Ovadia Yosef. Hashem gave him a son like this. Can you buy a son like this with money? If a person in America today have $100 million and Achshav Hashem comes to you and say, I'm going to give you a new baby, it's going to be just like Rav Ovadia or Rav Steinman or Rav Eliashiv. But you have to pay $90 million for this boy. I'll leave you $10 million. $90 million to have a Rav Ovadia your son. You have to be a total fool not to agree to such a deal. And if it would be 90 billion, still worth it. Many people tell me, I lost a lot of money. I have a very bad time, I'm depressed. I say, how much you lost? He said, 10 million. I say, why do you think Hashem gave you 10 million? Why did Hashem give you 10 million over the years? For the moment, He's going to take it away from you. That's the only reason He gave it to you. If Hashem didn't want you to feel the pain that you have right now, He would never give you the money to begin with. This money was never yours. The only reason Hashem gave it to you because He prepared when you're going to reach this level, He's going to give you this test like Avraham Avinu. After 99 years, Hashem gave Avraham Avinu a son, Yitzchak. He waited for this son all his life. And then Hashem said, take him and kill him when he was 37 years old. 37 years he enjoyed from Yitzchak. Now, wow, finally I have a son. He's a man already. He's healthy, Baruch Hashem. What does Hashem say to him? Take him before he got married. Only when he was 40 he got married. 3 years later. But 37 he was in Akedah. Hashem said, go kill him. At least if he had kids, then Abraham would say, at least I have grandchildren. I have who to give all my money to. If my son got killed, at least I have grandchildren. But no grandchildren. I'm going to kill my only son. Who's going to take all my money? The slave, Eliezer. not Jewish bichlal. Think about the situation. After you promise me a son, you tell me now to kill him? Not one word. He took him right away and was ready to do it with happiness. And then Hashem said, don't touch him. Now you prove that you're big tzaddik. Ta yadati ki yireh Elokim ata. You see that Hashem tests the person. Wife, yes. Wife had to die. She was 127. People don't live here forever. Sometimes people come to me, Rabbi, I'm very sad. What? My grandfather died. Baruch Dayan Haemet. How old was he? 94. I said, well, you should be very happy. What did you expect? That he's going to live 900 years? 94? It's better than 99% of the people in the world. Who makes it to 94? Not even 1% of the people. Should be very happy.
Kids that die, young kids.
Kids that die, it's because of their previous life. Hashem takes the neshama, the soul, puts it in a new body, and it's supposed to live 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and to die. But kids that die go to heaven. That's the good news. When someone old die, it is not necessarily going to heaven. Well, when kids die, they go to heaven, because they didn't make sins this world. Up to 13. And girls up to 12. If they die after, that's already could be because they made sins after bar mitzvah. But up to bar mitzvah and up to bat mitzvah, if they die, that means Hashem paid them from what they did in their previous life, and therefore they go to heaven, which is very good. If a mother, chas v'shalom, that had to bury one of her kids, lo alenu, it's very sad, I know it, it's breaking the heart, but the knowledge, I have people that listen to my CD, Life After Death, and it saves their life. They were broken, they're dead. After they listen to my Life After Death CD, they are not so upset anymore. They say, you know, even one Arab from Brooklyn, one Arab guy, his son, 26 years old, died in a car accident. This Arab was finished, crushed. He has a garage fixing cars. How do I know about him? The guy that helped me with my website, with the servers, he knows him. Maybe he fixed his car there. One day I get an email from an Arab guy from Brooklyn. He said, I want you to know you saved my life. My name is, I think, Saeed or Muhammad, something like that. I want you to know you saved my life. My son died in a horrible accident. I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. Somebody gave me your CD, DVD, Life After Death. I watched it, my life came back to me. I already considered to be Jewish. He asked permission if he can come to my lectures. You understand? That's before I knew that he knows my website guy. Later, a month later, my website guy said, you know, there's an Arab here, he's crazy about you. He only talks about your lectures all day. Every time I see him, he asks if he can come to your lecture. Right away, I connected it. My server guy from Brooklyn, the Arab from Brooklyn. I said, this is the guy that his son died in an accident. He said, yes. I said, yeah, he's writing to me emails. He never showed up, I think. He never spoke to me in a lecture. Maybe he did show up. Well, one thing for sure, he wrote few times how the lecture changed his whole life. Why? Because now, first of all, you understand that there is a soul. And when a person dies, it's only the body, but the soul still exists. And all kinds of things like this. Technically, between you and me, this Arab, I don't know who his son was. I don't know if he was a good boy, bad boy, what was he doing, if he was doing good things or bad things, I don't know. But I know about the Jews. If a Jew, chas v'shalom, lose a kid, and he eats his heart, if Hashem would say, why are you crying, mommy? Why? You want to see where your son is? And he showed her a son with all the big tzaddikim, with the grandfather, with the grand-grandfather, with the Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rav Ovadia Yosef. And she sees his son is so happy, smiling, I'm enjoying every minute. What would happen to this woman? Right away she clean her tears and begin to cry now from happiness. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I didn't know. Why am I suffering so much? We only suffer because we miss them. We cry for ourselves. But if we knew that the children that die goes to heaven, What reason we have to cry for them? They're in a much better place than here. They got upgraded, so why are we crying? We worry about ourselves. Wow, such a cute boy. I didn't get a chance to marry him. That's what we think. But really, if we knew that the kid was under bar mitzvah, he goes especially expressed to heaven, why are we crying for? You understand? You had big tzaddikim that didn't cry at all. They told them, your son just got killed, lo aleinu. They said, Baruch Dayan HaEmet, Hashem Natan, Hashem Lakach, Yehi Shem Hashem Vorach. Hashem gave, Hashem took, the name of Hashem should be blessed. And that's it. Nothing else. No crying, no nothing. One time there was one rabbi, one Rebbe, he was like that. They told him that both sons died. Two of his kids died with a car. And it was in the middle of learning. Now all the people outside of his home, all his students, all the community, they all came to share with him the pain. Half an hour he didn't come out. After half an hour he came out. And he started to praise Hashem. Thank you Hashem for the years that I had them. I was their babysitter. I had the zchut to raise them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So they told him, why, Rabbi, why it took so long until you came out? So he said, the Torah said, you have to bless Hashem for the tragedy, for the bad, just like you bless Him for the good. It was hard for me. If I would come earlier, the blessing wouldn't be real. For half an hour I spoke to myself that Hashem knows what He's doing. When I finally relaxed, now I'm happy. So I came out and I praised Hashem with happiness. Half an hour after they told him his kids die, he was already happy. Why? Because he knew they got to a good place. Someone who doesn't know, you know, in Israel, there are hundreds of parents that their sons die in a war, in the army. And every Yom HaZikaron, every Memorial Day, they go and sit all day by the grave of their children from morning to night. 20, 30 years later, they already became old. They still go and sit by the grave, and they never forget that they die. And not only that, there are some parents who go to the cemetery every day. 20 years. And they do nothing with their life. They can't walk. Their mind is crazy. They go in the morning, they have a chair there. They meet in a cemetery. They sit there from the morning to the night next to the grave 20 years. You believe such thing? Now they suffer and they interview them on a show for the Memorial Day. And one father killed my heart. He said, I have two here. Here is my son, first one, here is the second one. I go half a day here and then I move my chair to there half a day. And that's what you do? Yes, all since the first one died. Then the second one, I sit here 20 years and cry for them from morning to night. I have no more life. But if you know that his both sons went to heaven, let's say, what's the point of sitting next to a piece of a rock? It's very foolish, but it's pain. But he doesn't know the truth. He's crying for nothing. Maybe Hashem sent those two soldiers back into life in reincarnation. Maybe they're already getting married now somewhere else in a different body. So many maybes. Why are you crying forever? You cry for X amount of time like the Torah says, and you move on with your life. Any questions before we finish? Please ask me. Now it's the time. Yes?
You know, in our generations, a lot of times it happens that the kids are religious, but the parents are not religious.
Yes.
And then, you know, whenever the kid tries to get the parents more religious, they tell them, leave us alone, this and that. So
the more old the parents are, the harder it is to make them religious.
So, you know, like for example, in my situation, you know, every 1-2 months, I tell my parents, let's try keeping Shabbat, let's do this, and they get angry, it makes the Shalom bite down, this and that. So
I want to tell you what the problem is. The problem is that a lot of these kids who become religious, they don't know how to present their religion to their parents. They don't know. Not everyone knows how to be machzir b'tshuva, to make Jews becoming religious. There's one thing you know how to be religious, there's a whole different things to know how to turn people that are completely not religious, to turn them also into religion. So one of the things that I can tell you is that kids should not bother their parents almost at all. At all. They have to leave the job to someone else. Why? Kids don't accept from their parents criticism, and parents definitely don't accept criticism from their children. It has to be someone else. Who is that someone else? Me. You give them this CD, and you tell your parents, I'll do whatever you want for you. You want me to go to the store every day, you want me to take the garbage down, you name it. All I want is that you watch this. That's all. Sit together with me and watch. One time, and then I don't bother you. After they watch it, that's it. They know everything.
What if they're the type of people that don't even want to see your face?
They don't want to watch. Everybody gets what they deserve. You see, I'm going to give you an example. If a person has a father or a mother that are very stubborn, they're very proud, their nose is all the way up there, they look down at religion, they're ungrateful to Hashem, and they give him hard time for being religious. You can beg them once, twice, 3 times to watch. They don't want to watch. Let them get what they deserve. Well, I don't get it. Everyone gets what they deserve. For their own good. They don't want to learn the easy way. They're going to learn the hard way. Same thing with the children. A father can help him once, can help him twice, can help him 10 times. Eventually the father say, no more, my friend. I'm not paying your tickets anymore. I'm not getting you out of jail. And forget it. And I'm not getting you a lawyer. You on your own. You don't want to learn my way, you learn it your way. Abba, please. Done. 10 times I help you, enough. Same thing you say to your parents. I did what I have to do. You don't want to listen? You pay the price. That's it. That's all. What can you do? Is sit and cry for them forever?
Because I cannot, watch them to continue being Chalei Shabbat. It hurts.
I know. It's very painful. You're right. And the pain that you have will help you because Hashem consider it as suffering. There's no bigger pain than someone who knows the truth and sees relatives still violate Shabbat. Because according to the Torah, to violate Shabbat is a bigger crime than murder. That's what the Torah says. It's a bigger punishment that Hashem gave Mechalel Shabbat than he gave a murderer. Bigger punishment.
People don't know how to teach or know much about Shabbat.
They don't need to know a lot. It's as long as they know not to light fire, not to touch electric, instead of toilet paper to use tissue, not to sew, not to write. That's already 90% what they normally do, right away. In 1 hour, you can teach them the main rules. Then later on, you teach them other things, like muktzeh, rabbinical laws. First, no fire, no electric, no cutting toilet paper instead using tissue, not cooking, not turning fire and cooking. You can put a hot tray, and you put the food on it. You make some adjustment. In 1 hour, they learn it. You put timers. Turn the lights, the air condition on and off. After you do that, later you teach them slowly, little by little, on Shabbat table. Now, when you say they have to know about it, depends. If there are intelligent people, doctor, engineer, lawyer, people that have understanding, they understand finance, they understand politics, the clever people, then it's very good because clever people, it's easy to teach. They enjoy to learn. People that enjoy to learn nonsense, when they learn Torah, they enjoy 1,000,000 times better. People that their head is blocked, you only focus on the main thing. You don't put too much on their head because they cannot understand. So you just teach them. You don't want to make it too strict to them. You don't want to go too deep with them. Just teach them the basic. Why do we have to keep Shabbat? Hashem made the world in 6 days, and the 7th day he rested. And then Hashem told us, the Jews, you are like me, you have to teach the whole world that I made the world, and it's a period of 7 days, and it's holy, the number 7, and by us keeping Shabbat, we teach the whole world what Hashem did. That's it. That's why we're not allowed to create anything. We're not allowed to create. And you teach them not to cut hair, not to shave, not to cut from the trees, not to cut grass, not to write. That's it. You teach them the basic. 39 restrictions in Shabbat, half of them doesn't apply. Back in the day, they used to do kneading with machine. Who's kneading today? Nobody. They used to fix the kneading machine by putting circles. It's called batei nirim. Nobody uses it. It's passed from the world. Today it's all electronic and computerized. So it's gone. To plow the ground. Do you remember when last time in your life you made lines on the ground? Did you ever remember that you put seeds in the ground? It happens once in a lifetime. Those things you don't have to do. The main thing is not to sew, not to write and erase, not to touch electric, not to create fire, not to cook. And that's most 90% of Shabbat is those things. The rest, now you begin to teach them later on, since we're not allowed to use electric, we're not allowed to move it also, to touch it, to move it. And we're not allowed this, and we're not allowed this. And you teach them slowly by slowly, over the years they learn. But the most important thing that they're not touching electric. They're not turning lights on. They're not turning the television on. They're not turning fire on. No cigarettes, no telephone, no internet. And they don't sew, they don't write, they don't touch pen. This is the main thing already. Already the Shomer Shabbat. Even if they make mistakes, if tomorrow Mashiach comes, they still get saved. Even if they never kept one Shabbat in their life perfectly, they still get saved. Why? Because they are trying to keep Shabbat. You understand? The fact that Hashem said that Mechalel Shabbat is 100% a goy, has no share to the world to come because he cuts his soul, and when Mashiach comes, they're not going to survive. That's for those who know Shabbat is a holy day and they don't do anything. They don't care. You tell them, stop. Leave me alone at Shabbat. Those are the ones that will pay the price. But someone who doesn't drive a car, doesn't turn electric, doesn't smoke, he wants to smoke and he doesn't smoke. You know, he walks to the shul 20 minutes in the heat when he can drive. He walks up the stairs instead of taking the elevator. This is a Shomer Shabbat. Maybe he makes innocent and not intentional mistakes, but he's not a criminal. It's already in a category that he cares about Hashem. You understand? He cares about Hashem. It's not like a goy. No. Yeah.
Mechalel Shabbat does kiddush on yain mevushal, like.
Yain mevushal, it's like grape soup.
Yeah.
Grape soup. Even Arab, even Christian, even Chinese,
right.
Even Mechalel Shabbat, touch it, no problem. It doesn't have a status of a wine.
It's legit. Or
no. Mechalel Shabbat that say kiddush, you have to repeat the kiddush. His kiddush doesn't count.
So
because it's count in halacha like a goy.
So if somebody did, if Mechalel Shabbat does kiddush for me, I just have to say Baruch Bergef and I have to say the whole thing again.
The whole thing. You say it word by word with him. When he pour wine in his cup, he also pour for you. And you say word by word. V'shamru b'nei Israel et Shabbat. You whisper. No, he won't be in Paris. I've seen guests by my house. I make kiddush. Ashkenazim, that's their custom. They do kiddush for themselves. Even if they come as guests. He does for his wife. Even she just heard you, they do again. I'm not getting upset. It's no problem.
When he drank from his cup after he did the kiddush, he gives it to me. Can I use this cup?
If it's a mevushal wine, you can drink it.
No, yeah. After saying the kiddush, I can drink from the same cup.
If it's mevushal, yes, yes. But if you say, but it's better when you say kiddush to hold the cup in your hand. You understand? If you can. If you can't, fine. You drink from the wine that he had. But better when you do the kiddush. The whole point is Chazal made the kiddush on the wine. From the Torah, it's enough to say the words, even without gefen. If you just say Vaychulu Hashamayim v'Haaretz v'chol tzva'am, or you say V'shamru b'nei Israel ta Shabbat, you're mentioning Shabbat apart from the Torah. That's already making Shabbat holy with words. But the Chachamim say we don't want the words to be like that. We want to do it with gefen, with wine. Why? Because the sin of Adam HaRishon, he ate from wine, from the grape tree. So Hashem say, all the problems in the world is because of the sin of Adam HaRishon that ate from the grape. The mitzvot fix the world. That's why all the mitzvot will be on wine. Wedding, wine. Brit Milah, wine. Kiddush, wine. Avdalah, wine. Leila Seder, wine. Everything wine. Why? You ruin the world with wine, you fix the world with wine. You understand? That's the secret of the wine. Yes. Any more questions? Baruch Hashem. Thank you very much. We'll see you again. Call to.